To have my great friend Johnathan Miller back in the studio, and we have an amazing segment for you today. So if you are someone in the market to sell your home, right, he has some great tips for you and some things you may not realize you should be doing to help you get some of that money back in your pocket. So we're talking about staging your home?
We are.
Okay.
We are. That is my big secret to selling your house. But I've got a new way for you to look at it.
Okay.
Two, actually. First, look at that house. It's the heart of your, that's your biggest investment.
It is.
So we got to add be a little glam squad for that.
Love
Dress it up a little bit. But also, if this was your child and you were about to pay for a college education to get them the best job, look at it that way a little bit too, because you got to invest a little bit of money in something sometimes to get a little money back.
Okay, I love that. So we're looking at some pictures here. So like, how does this actually work? Like, who's paying for this, Johnathan?
So generally the homeowner is, because it is also a tax-deductible marketing expense when you're selling a home. A lot of people have no idea about that. And, it's like you want to get, with HGTV and Pinterest and everything, you want to be able to have that house that's just completely picture perfect from the beginning.
Okay.
And that's the thing, is that to do that, sometimes you got to take some stuff out. Sometimes you got to really look at it and realize that maybe that chair in the corner does not look as good as you think it does every day.
Right. So like, how do you swallow your pride? Like, right? Because your home is your home. You think it's great. Most people think that it's great and that you've decorated it and it's flawless and you've been watching HGTV and it looks just like that. Reality, it probably doesn't.
No.
So what steps do we need to take? Swallow our pride is probably one of the first ones.
This is why you bring in a professional home staging company, because we can see it differently than what you see it as. As a lot of times, that's like when you bring someone in to help you redecorate something, they see something you don't see normally. That's like the pile of laundry in the corner that you've ignored for 3 months. You walk by it every day and you don't see it now.
Yep.
So there are always those tiny little things that we come to ignore in our own homes. I would never personally stage my own house. I would hire someone to do it.
Wow.
Because even I'm of the mindset I'm going to miss too many things because I am there every single day.
That's so interesting, because you are the expert, but it makes sense. You're taking your own advice, and I love that. So let's talk about what people probably really want to know. The money. Okay, what is the bottom line? What is this? What are the numbers telling us? What does that look like?
The bottom line is that you're going to get anywhere from 10 to 106% back on this investment.
Say that again.
10 to 106% back on this investment.
Wow, Johnathan.
Just depending on what you're selling for, what price point, that kind of what makes that number. But that's going to be a small investment to get money back in your pocket.
Wow.
And it's just, most of the time people don't realize it. They're not like, okay, well, you take all of my old stuff out, bring all this new stuff in, everything's fresh, everything's new. You put a new coat of paint on the wall, it's a brand new house. Suddenly you're able to compete with new construction maybe that's down the road, and you're able to get the attention of people because their first showing, it's online, it's on their phone. So it needs to be picture perfect for a first showing. I mean, if you saw this living room full of toys, you're just gonna keep on going because you're gonna think about it yourself. You gotta pick them up at home yourself.
Right, that is so true, Johnathan. I love it. So look, you're talking about these numbers. These are not numbers that you just made up. These are numbers that you and your company have been able to prove, provide, and put money in people's pockets.
Here in the Richmond area.
Wow.
It is something that we are able to 100% prove. I've got all these statistics.
Yes.
I have the national statistics too, but to me, it's more about our local base, because Richmond's not a bird. And so we have different numbers than the rest of the nation might. And the different areas have different demographics. So it's easy to make money on this.
And talking specifically about your company, you guys have the only company around that offer this very special, talk about that.
We have a pay at close option, which we're the only company that offers it, where instead of actually having to cut a big check right away, we're able to send you through to this company. They're able to actually do this to where they pay us, but then, so you get your high-end stage in there. And then it comes out of your closing. So you're using equity to make more equity on your own home. So then you're making that double money. And it's benefiting you so much more than anyone else as the seller.
Yes. So 2 questions. We have 30 seconds left. How does this benefit a realtor?
It doesn't. Realtors, if let's say you get an extra $10,000 on there, they're getting maybe 200 of that. So it's not benefiting them in the same way as people probably think. So sometimes realtors don't always recommend staging because they're not getting the bulk of that extra cash. You, the seller, you're getting the bulk of that cash. So you got to make sure that you're getting it done whether your realtor recommends it or not, because it's all about that money you're going to make.
That you're going to make, and you can do it. Look, so head over to his website. I know some of us at home may be thinking like, I can do this. I've watched HG. No, don't look. Just trust my guy here. He is the real deal. So head over to his website. You can get more information there, so you can get some money back in your pocket, especially if you're thinking about selling your home. All right, Johnathan, thank you so much. We'll be back with more Talk About Town Today.